my perspective on public school systems is that the model is broken in a lot of ways. The model is broken. You can't treat education like an assembly line because every student doesn't learn the same way, and the way that generations learn, is constantly changing. It's a different world nowadays. Even to have textbooks, it seems outdated in a lot of ways. But the school systems don't have the money to make sure that every kid is on an iPad or is on a laptop. It's a broken model in a lot of ways. The way that you can fix broken models is either with money. It takes money to fix broken models, or it just takes innovation. And that innovation can come from the staff. So then it boils down to how passionate are these teachers? I used to be a teacher, so I know for a fact that there's a lot of people who just teach just because it's a stable job and you're gonna get a paycheck every 2 weeks. But if you have passionate teachers who are committed to nurturing, a personal relationship with these students, once you make a student fully know that you care about them and you really love them, they'll do whatever you ask. They'll behave, they'll try their best. Even if they aren't an A or a B student, they will give you their all. But all they have to do is feel like you really care for them. That's what happens with their parents. When they know that their mother or their grandmother or their father really loves them, half the time they just listen because it's like, yo, I'm not gonna bite the hand that feeds me. So that's what needs to happen with teachers. I believe in the power of the teacher though. Although it's a broken model in the public school system, I still believe in the power of the teacher to overcome it. I come from New Orleans, Louisiana. I come from a place where I've been an underdog my whole life, so I don't get scared about it, but I do acknowledge that it's an urgent issue. And anyone who doesn't have a sense of urgency about how to fix the school system, how to fix the problem that this younger generation is going through in terms of they need to value education first and foremost, Anyone who doesn't understand that it takes a village to raise a child, that person scares me. So if you have a sense of urgency about yourself, cool. Like, we know that it's a dire issue, it's a dire problem. Like, let's get to working. But anyone who's like, nah, it's not a big deal, that person scares me. I'm a minority. I'm used to everything about my whole life feels like being an underdog or being somewhere I shouldn't be or having to overcome the odds. I'm black. You know what I mean? So I'm used to that feeling. I'm actually used to that feeling, but I'm still used to knowing how to overcome. And the only way you overcome a 17-point deficit in the fourth quarter is you got to start throwing bombs. You got to start, throwing Hail Marys. You got to start throwing 40-yard passes. You can't run the ball at that point. So, that's where we at. We can't run the ball when it comes to the public school system.
Just relentlessly came down here and put in the work, and I think that's just what you have to do being from Canada. I mean, I was always told to get respect in your city, you gotta leave your city, and that's something I've always done.
We live in a very trivial kind of culture where we're elevating and celebrating things that don't matter that much. You know what I mean? In the grand scope of life.
People will very much abandon what they want because there was some part of it that they didn't have or didn't have access to or couldn't get. And it's just like, I can't do this, so I can't even, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, if you want it, it's what you make of it.
I've had moments where I was just like, fuck it, man, I'm in debt, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get a job, I gotta stop with the music, you know what I'm saying? I've had plenty of moments like that, but honestly, this is what I'm passionate about, and what is success without struggle?